So I want to show how the Omen of Whittling works. So first of all, the Omen will change the next Chaos Orb to target the lowest tier modifier. The modifier that it targets is actually not the lowest, it's not the tier that you see in the UI in the game, but is the minimum item level at which that affix can appear. I will show in a second. In my tool to show how the Omen of Whittling works, first we can use a Chaos Orb. Let's do a perfect. The item that I'm using to display this is an item that I bought this item a few days ago for 100 div, and it had an open prefix. So first I desecrated to get the one fizz, and then I wanted to fix the attribute requirement. So this is a suffix. In this case, as the item was bought, 30% reduced attribute requirement is the lowest eye level for the item. So this one is level 52, while I think 81 for projectile. I think the other lowest is the hybrid fizz T4, which is 54. So that's a bit the tricky part in this craft, that it rolled quite low. So in this case, we can add whittling, and the lock icon will show which affix you want to keep locked. So in this case, I want to remove the attribute requirement, and it will show that this is safe because this is the lowest item level. But what do I want to get with this chaos? I can show in a second. In my craft, I was okay with a few things. So there are many ways we can do that. I'm gonna use a named group. So in this case, I can have a list of affix that I want. So I'm fine with attack speed. I think I want T1 attack speed. There is the surpassing arrow. So I think I want T2. And the other thing that I'm fine is crit bonus. So crit bonus, maybe, to be honest, T3, whatever. So I want one of those three suffix. So this is the target. I want to get one of these. I can rename the group into good suffix. So I just want one of those three. So there is a 6.3 chance that I get this. And then, the item is done. In this case, this is the item that I want. And I think this is the odds to get which of which. And in this case, my item is done. But if I don't get it, I just want to whittle again. This is the output is the miss. So the Chaos Orb is removing reduce attribute requirement, but it doesn't give me a good suffix. So I can link it to itself. In this case, it will show that, it will be able to repeat, 1.2 times until it's unsafe. So there is a 43% chance that this craft, so the Chaos Orb, will remove the first time it will remove the attribute, but it will probably have a higher item level than the T4 fizz hybrid. So what do I do in this case? So in this case, I want to whittle again, but a bit differently. So I can connect here. I still want to whittle. Now in the whittle, we can force to remove only suffix. And I want to get again one of the good suffix. This is happening because I didn't unlock the attribute. This is the one that I want to be able to remove. And in this case is always safe because +4 is 81. The only thing that is higher, I think, is surpassing chance tier 1, which is an exit condition. So in this case, this is fairly expensive, that extra erasure, but in this case, it's always safe. If I get it, that's an exit condition. If I miss, I just try again to go here, which in the case, if it's unsafe, it will try again to whittle suffix. And this is the average spend to get what I want. It's quite interesting that in this case, actually using greater chaos instead of the perfect improve quite a bit the out of the craft, because it makes the expensive part of the loop, when you have to remove suffix, more unlikely. And at the end, a lot of the things that we are looking for are basically accessible also with the 35 plus, with the greater chaos orb. So this is, how you can set up a whittle loop and then fix it in case the whittle in the cheap way isn't safe and you want to have a loop where you can fix it. I will show in a second like another scenario. So here I have another example of what can be done to target with whittling when it's unsafe. So this is also like a craft that I've done. In this case, we want to roll T1 attack instead of whatever prefix we have. So we have a fracture with one of the attack, and then we kind of have the suffix done. In this case, I cannot safely remove the accuracy. So what can we do when the whittle is unsafe? So if it's done, this is done, but at the moment, this cannot happen. So in the unsafe part, first of all, we need to add a crafting modifier. So I think we can add in socket 2. Asset creativity allow us to add a second crafting modifier. After that, we can, I think, what is the sovereign alloy? So this one will remove a random mod and add a prefix. And this prefix is very low. I think it's eye level 1. So the idea is that if we put something low level, it will always remove that one. And if we can put it in the prefix, it will remove that one, right? So we need to use Sinixtra crystallization. So alloy and perfect essence can be targeted by that. So it will always target a prefix. So in this case, like this. And after this, we can try to whittle again. So we do a perfect whittling, we can connect, and now it's always safe because this is very low level. It will always remove this one. Our target is again the good prefix. I set it like before. Here it's one of those three that I want. So now it's at 3.9%. Let's connect it here. It's never unsafe. In case we miss, we just, do it again. I think in this case, since the perfect will always create a modifier that is higher level than, I think, the critical damage bonus. So in this case, it's very likely that we have to repeat the loop. So we need to Sinistra crystallize the alloy to be able to remove again the prefix. So this way, we have, in this case, physical, it's more likely we will get this outcome. The loop here shows, how many times this loop need to be done. So in this case, we have, 9 times roughly. We'll have to do this loop to be able to hit our modifier. And yeah, something that I forgot is in the case of the greater chaos, there is a miss here that needs to be linked. In case we don't hit here, we need to cycle. So in this case, let's see, this craft is 320. Yes, it's slightly cheaper using perfect. With perfect, this will always cycle here because it will always have to be used with a sovereign alloy. If you want to check out this tool, it's free to use. You can use it without signing up. If you sign up, you can share your craft and save in the cloud and keep it synchronized with different devices. And when you save a craft, you can copy a link, share it, and somebody can just open your craft even if they don't have an account. It's just very easy to share. And thank you.